Most females, they kind of continue in the relationship and it gets worse and it gets worse and it gets worse. And that's like a lot of wasted time. I don't like wasting time, and I feel like time is our most precious asset. So welcome back to our channel, everybody. We appreciate our new subscribers and people that are commenting. We really appreciate you. So in this video, we're going to talk about, we'll provide you with reasons why a female who's a younger female should actually try out an age gap relationship for at least 1 year. So for me, I'm much younger in our relationship. We have a 32-year age gap. And so I'll speak from my perspective as a younger female. The reason why I tried out an age gap relationship was because my previous relationship, I would give it like 3 months. And if it wasn't going to where I felt like it was beneficial or I was going to progress in some type of way, then I end up just letting it go. Whereas most females, they kind of continue in the relationship and it gets worse and it gets worse and it gets worse. And that's like a lot of wasted time. I don't like wasting time, and I feel like time is our most precious asset. And so I was on the verge of actually not being in a relationship with, again, like it just was that bad, the previous one. And I ended up meeting Edward. And it was great because things really progressed in the first year. And even in those first 3 months, because I give relationships a time frame of 3 months to see if it's actually going to get better. And it was obviously getting better. The biggest thing that I got, I think, from our relationship when we first started out was health. I became more health conscious because that's who he is. Health is his #1 priority. And that's fantastic because in America, unfortunately, we don't think about health much. And so I started going to the gym. I actually lost weight. I actually started to get a lot healthier and eat a lot healthier because of him. So I saw the progress. I saw that things were getting better, and that's what life is about. I was transitioning over into my 30s when we first met. And so it's like your 20s, you want to party, you want to enjoy stuff. And I'd had like 2 previous relationships, even though they were just 3 months each. It still was a thing of I wanted to do better for my 30s, especially because your 30s should not be the same as your 20s. So it had to get better for me progressively. And he was that.
Yeah, and you were definitely wanting to progress. Now there's a number of other things that you told me about that you've, I've observed your progress in. You also became even more, even though we did talk about spirituality the first time, but you became even more spirituality, and some of the spirituality you said that you had lost, and even faith.
All right.
Was in Jesus.
Well, we're going to talk about that in another video.
I'm right, but I'm just briefly hitting that because as we're talking about the reasons for getting in a 1 year relationship.
Yeah, spirituality.
So that's something that was big with you, and I could see that you thought that was very beneficial. The other thing is that you actually started, rather than a job that didn't really have so much of a future, you started on a job that has become your great future now.
Yes, that's been a really great, my freelance business. I am a voiceover artist and an explainer video producer, and Edward, just last month, was a great catalyst for me to actually hit a new milestone in my business. So I hit 6K a month last year, and then I just in August hit 8K for the month. And he was doing everything that he could to make sure that I would just focus on the business and working on it. And that was great because I wanted to hit 100K in a year. And so
yeah, duplicate that every month for
12 months. So I'd have to
yeah.
duplicate that each month for a year. But yeah, so the business has been going really well. Before that, I was in retail, so you don't have much growth. I mean, when I worked at Walmart, I get like a 40-cent raise a year, whereas my freelance business, like it goes up like 10K a year. And so it's like total difference. So that was pretty huge for me.
That's why you'd be a lot more than 10K increase this year. And then also I would mention the other thing that I noticed with you too, is that even on communications, the time at the time it was pretty much just cut everything off when there's something that you didn't agree with, and now you really did start learning to communicate more, and that's improved over the years. But
true,
there were a lot of I can see very positive things that occurred during that first year. And even if Shantaria had cut the relationship off, or either if it's cut that relationship off for a year, I think you would have had benefits that would have been long lasting,
definitely,
and very helpful. Although you've made tremendous progress since that time as well in the upcoming almost 7 years after that. But basically this is from a woman's standpoint, and I'll talk a little bit maybe at the end about from an older man's standpoint, why to say maybe try a age gap relationship for a year. Yet basically when you're dating somebody your own age, especially females, female standpoint. If you're not really getting anything from it, I mean, it might be enjoyable for a while, but if you don't get ahead or anything and you're just staying at the same level, and a lot of times it can even be an abusive relationship or something else.
Yeah.
Obviously, you'd actually be better off, single.
By yourself.
Right. So, you could either go that route, which Terry was at the time, I remember just basically kind of giving up on a relationship and thought she'd just be better off by herself. She gave it a try, and I do remember talking about 3 months, and I was wondering, well, I wonder what she's going to be thinking after 3 months. But she saw it as very positive, and then she continued with it. So you don't have to necessarily, with the person, think that I'm going to get married to this person, I'm going to be with them forever. But you might, and it might turn out that way if it keeps progressing. But even a year, possibly even 6 months, could be quite a difference. But maybe kind of in your own mind, making a commitment to give it a try for a year, if it is a good person, you said.
Right.
And the chances are, with somebody that's a number of years older than you, if they've matured in any type of normal way, they should have more experience. Obviously, they should be a little better person, a little more balanced, a little more patient, that type of thing. So at least the percentage should be higher than someone maybe of your own age that's in the 20s or 30s or whatever it might be. So that would be a reason from a younger, especially females, standpoint to maybe try an age gap relationship that's 10, 15, 20, maybe even 30 years difference there.
Another point I want to touch on is the fact that in general, women as females, we mature faster than males do. So it makes sense to me to actually date someone who's older, because the older male might be at the same level as a female is, because the female matures more faster than males do. So it just makes sense to me.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting point too, because really with guys, I don't think guys should even get into any type of long-term relationship at least until their 30s, because they're just figuring things out, and you got the male ego and you got all the other drives that are going on there, and I just think it's more difficult as far as true maturity and balance goes. The male maybe takes them a good 5 years or 10 years longer. So that is maybe another reason for that.
Yeah. So I guess we'll cut this short, but maybe we'll have a part 2, which will be from his perspective as an older male in terms of why older men should try out an age gap relationship for at least a year. So we'll try that one out. But we also have for the next video, we're going to talk about spirituality, because we actually had a follower that asked us about our spirituality and what it is that we do. So yeah, we appreciate any comments and questions that you all have. Make sure to keep providing them for us. We're going through them. We appreciate all your comments, especially the ones where you're saying we're a beautiful couple. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Keep subscribing to our channel, like the videos, and let us know if you have any questions, and we'll answer them for you.
Yeah, and maybe even more details if there's more interest on this, because we have noticed that a lot of people were mentioning, that even some that, I'd like to have a relationship like that, or trying this or that. We're happy to answer, more detailed questions about that. And there's a lot of things we didn't cover today, more nuanced things that we can talk about as well. Yeah.
We notice a big portion of our audience is females, and we love that. So, we'll see you in the next video. We appreciate you for watching.
All right.